Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Riesa Pascal. In today's KSA Cares, we're following the path of one of the world's most majestic creatures in National Geographic's Path of the Panther.
We call this area Kaihayadle, Shimmering Waters. This is our home. Just like it's the home to the deer, the frogs, and the panther, this is our home.
Joining us to talk about the film is its director, Eric Bendick. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for joining us. This is an amazing documentary, a great opportunity for us to talk to you and learn more. Why was it important to do this film?
This is a really special opportunity. The Panther, for most Floridians, is kind of like a ghost. It's something you hear about, but really never get the opportunity to see. So this was the first ever featured documentary about the Florida Panther. And we spent about 6 years in the making of this film, living literally sometimes for months at a time in the swamp. And the ultimate goal is to basically show Floridians and show the world that this animal really perseveres out here, but also it can be an incredible teacher for us, an incredible teacher about our natural world. And we hope that the panther, as an emblem for this wildness that still lives in Florida, can really show us an opportunity to save these pieces of Florida that are still wild and beautiful.
So when people sit down to watch this documentary, what should they expect to see, as you've said what you intend to show?
Well, I think people are really in for a treat, especially watching this film on the big screen. There are, really larger than life moments where we've captured the panther pretty much as no one's ever seen it before. So it's kind of leaping off screen. It's right there for everyone to see, and that's kind of the beauty of it. The other thing that's super unique about this project is there's a whole bunch of really fascinating characters, human characters, that are part of it. It is not just a wildlife natural history film. We have indigenous voices, we have the voices of ranchers, we have an incredible quest to photograph this animal, and also the work of countless veterinarians and folks who are working to recover the Florida panther. So there are all these fascinating and compelling human stories mixed in.
Now, you said this film took 6 years to make. That just blows my mind. What was it like to see all those years, all that hard work come to fruition in this beautiful documentary?
Well, it's been an incredible journey. We've had a huge amount of support, both from our teams and from Floridians all across the state. And getting this film out this past weekend, the opening release, was so satisfying. There are literally droves of people selling out screens all across the state of Florida to come see this film. So it's really a testament to the commitment we've put in for all these long years, but also just the feeling that folks are called to see this film. There's a real urgency to seeing it right now when Florida is really at a tipping point for change. And so I think that's really catching on. We were the #1 grossing documentary over the weekend, and it all, boils down to the fact that this is a film you have to see on the big screen. It's a film that all Floridians should see. And we just welcome more and more people to come check it out.
Wow. Well, congrats on all the accolades you've already received and the recognition. Can you tell us about the Panther Project? We have a little bit of time left. I do want to hear about that.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So the film was a 6-year effort, as we've talked about. And then also there's a conservation project around the film. So it's not just about a beautiful film. It's also about all the work and impact work that we can do to conserve wild Florida on the ground. And a huge piece of that is conserving the Florida Wildlife Corridor. So an area that the Panther has kind of shown us can still be protected in Florida that would link the whole state up. And the goal is really here to show Florida as a model for the rest of the nation, the rest of the world, in terms of protecting a large landscape that can still work for animals like the panther and the puma, all across the United States, all across North America, and all across the world. So this is a really special moment for our project and for our team to finally share this story with the world.
And I understand you also have the Florida Wildlife Corridor?
That's right. Yeah, the Florida Wildlife Corridor is really the last chance to save a continuous landscape all the way from the tip of Florida, all the way out to through the Panhandle to the Florida-Alabama border, all the way to points north. So this is a really groundbreaking model for how to do conservation in the 21st century. And it's not just a park, it's also the place we grow our food. It's the place where clean water comes from. And there are so many benefits to Floridians to this work. So that's kind of our ultimate goal. And also we're like I said, putting forward a model that the world can follow. It's an opportunity to share a new idea for conservation that anywhere in the US or the world could adopt.
Eric, thank you so much for joining us. This has been so insightful, and I'm excited to see this documentary. For those of you at home, if you'd like more information on the Path of the Panther, you can visit pathofthepanther.com. We'll be back with more Daily Flash right after this.